with the British GT Championship here at Spa. The cars make their way to the ceremonial start line, the other side of La Source, where the endurance pits is, and a demon getaway there, look, from Alex Martin, who absolutely dives out from the second row and snatches the race lead on the way down the hill. That was either a really good start or a little bit premature, but either way, it's put the Barwell Lamborghini into the lead of the race. So Alex Martin leads. This is Rob Collard's view. Ahead of him is Cameron Campbell as they climb uphill for the first time in GT4. Revy Lake looking as though he has made the best start there, and Kevin Say in the blue and white Mercedes trying to make progress as Martin leads. Orange is second, Mark Warren is seventh. He's about to be Mark Smith on the inside line of Cameron Campbell's road in Ferrari. And the black and pink McLaren, Mark Smith, the American driver, goes through. You've got Kevin Say next up. Look, 18 in the Mercedes at the inside, and there's contact between the two. That was brave and it was bold. And it might have been a bit too bold on the part of Kevin Say. He's got the inside line for the next corner, and diving up the inside as well, Stephen Lake. And poor old Cameron Campbell has just been absolutely mugged.
Car number 13, unlucky for some, 3 places lost in 3 corners. I said in French GT as we're firing through the exit of Le Camp there, it's not an overtaking spot. That's the problem.
24-hour races here. He's been a class winner. Look at the cars ahead of him, darting left and right around the Ginetta that doesn't know which way to go. Standing its ground, at least then. The quick cars can go round, and Collard breaks late against Mark Warren. They just about avoid contact into the chicane. This is for second, third and fourth in the race. It's Simon Orange, Mark Warren, Rob Collard, McLaren, Lamborghini across the line.
Oh, that was crazy, wasn't it? Left and right for that Ginetta. He didn't know where to go. It's when you're at the supermarket picking the fastest checkout, and doesn't matter which one you go to, it's the other queue that moves, and that's how it felt for those 2 McLarens trying to navigate their way through. Rob Collard did the right thing trying to get the move done. Warren had seen and gave him the space.
And also into the pits have come Dan Lavery and Jess Hawkins. Now, they were together in the order. I wonder whether those cars have made contact somewhere and precautionary pit stops. They've all rejoined, but they have pitted.
Yeah, strange, both Aston GT4s there, and they're running relatively strong in the GT4 field as well, especially in their Brahman car off in the barrier, Stevelo 2. That's going to be at least a full course yellow, if not safety car.
That is Sarah Desh, the Polish lady that's gone off into the gravel. It's a big lose to be pointing in that direction. And let's see what comes of it. So the race looking as though it may well be neutralised here to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about the flame out the exhaust. That's relatively normal on the turbo car. Here's Alex Martin trying to thread through that battle of GT4s we saw in the previous lap. And again, he's done the gap perfectly. He didn't attack the entry Trot Rouge, so now he's got the momentum all the way down the Kemmel Straight to clear that Mercedes GT4. The gap still growing to second place Mark Warren, another second found on that last lap. And this isn't about pure pace. It is all about what you can do with the traffic. And
I think the yellow flag there is being shown. We go full course yellow. So now the pace slows right down. Full course yellow is called to try to get Gashara Des car out of the way. Now this may go safety car, depending on how long it takes to remove that Alpine. Doesn't look badly damaged. Mind you, I said that about Ian Loggie's Mercedes.
Yeah, you've got good form there. The Manitou is coming. You can see the skid marks in the background. It's going to have jumped over the gravel trap, and they've just done a really poor job of getting the level right of that gravel trap to the tarmac, and it launches cars off.
Alex Martin accelerates away, and the likes of Tilbrook need the car ahead to keep close to the pack ahead, because otherwise they're going to lose a chunk of time as Alex Martin can control everything from here on in. And that's the McLaren that has got a problem. Revy Lake, who was leading British GT4, has ground to a halt before the restart, and this could mean that we're about to get the safety car back out again.
Yeah, the only hope is it's a power cycle. You can see the lights come back on, so hopefully he can get that going, young Revy. Remember, that was the leader in British GT4. Tilbrook's had a big lift out the throttle there. He's behind the sister car of Mike Price. The 84 is rolling, so it was an off and on again. And look at the speed that Tilbrook's got. Which way is he going to go? Price moves left, gives him space. It's now Loggie in front, and this is the restart that Tilbrook needed.
Absolutely right. As there, look,
at La Source.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting place to end up.
That's on the Erdem at the wheel, who's another GT4 European Series regular. The snatch vehicle is ready, and let's now see how the race director has to treat that. And it's not the only car off, look, because there is another one, and that is up at Les Combes, and that is one of the Audis. So this could be a longish interruption as a general clear-up. Which Audi have we lost? It's 27, and that means that the car of Sebastian Rambo is in the gravel. I'll let you do your own Rambo jokes. I won't presuppose to do any. So we've got yellow flags in sectors 1 and 2 now.
Yes, and I think the second one where the Audi is going to have to be a full course yellow. It's in a dangerous place, and it looks like cars are slowing down to full course yellow. We're getting it cooled very late compared to what we're used to, aren't we? And I think that's why you saw orange slow up later than everyone else. You're also going through one of the most infamous corners.
Back underway, safety car in this lap. We're going to have 37 minutes, 38 minutes of the race, but even so, it's looking forward to being a good battle. The French Championship still being led by the number 4 Alpine of Leo Jousset from
Safety car lights are off. No overtaking until you pass the green at T1 exit.
It's just to remind everybody that although the race will be back on coming out of the chicane, you can't overtake until you've gone round La Source. Otherwise, you've got another pinch point at that hairpin. So, Jared Weberski starts to slow the pack now. Once the lights are off, he's entitled so to do. It'll be up to him as to when to pull the pin, if you like, when to accelerate away. He can go early, he can go late, and what is going to happen behind. Effectively, Marcus Clutton has got to absolutely shadow what Weberski does. He's got to go on in the same split second so he doesn't lose time.
But you can't overtake at turn 1.
No, you can't.
Not as a race driver, and when I saw that as a regulation, I was thinking, how would I cheat that? And the only thing I can think of is to go deep at turn 1 and effectively get a cut back to try and get the momentum into Eau Rouge. Let's see if anyone else has a devious mind like myself.
Green flag is ready. We are going to go back racing then. Safety car is in, and Jared Weberski has not yet accelerated away. That point Joe makes about not being able to overtake at turn 1 on a restart lap is why I say you've got a Tom Wood at the wheel ahead. He's replaced Stephen Lake. Ben to the outside line. This is going to be brave if it works for Ben Varnicoat, and he has made it work. No, he hasn't. There's contact. Tom Wood up on the inside. So now Ben Varnicoat has another go into the Jackie Hicks corner, Speaker's corner, and he's made that work. And Tom Wood gets run out a little bit wide over the curb and over the gravel. Got schooled there.
Great racing, wasn't it? I was with you. I thought he'd done the move, and then suddenly, because there was less than a width of a McLaren 720S Evo, suddenly Tom Wood appeared, and he pushed Ben wide. Ben kept his foot pinned and had the inside line, and Wood had to yield there in the now run JMH car. And this has been a fantastic restart for the Lamborghini. Clutton gaining slightly now, bringing Cook with him. Jack Brown unable
for a possible refuelling infringement, and so also is the Ian Loggy, Aaron Walker Mercedes.
Tom Wood getting the move done on the Ferrari into the bus stop chicane. Now they're side by side into La Source hairpin. Looks like the 69 car is going to stay ahead of the 13. Callum McLeod is the next car to try and get past that 296 run by Roden.
Right, Jared Weberski has just done the fastest lap of the race then at 220.2, and he leads by 1.4 seconds from Marcus Clutton. It's Hugo Cook there third, and look at the way that Hugo is going. The man from Northwich, not far from Alton Park Circuit, closing up onto the back of Marcus Clutton as they head towards Les Combes.
Yeah, looks like the Lamborghini has switched its tyres on the quickest out of everybody, and is that car of Hugo Cook going to be able to get past Marcus Clutton as the battle has swapped all the way around, and now Tom Wood has been filtered to last in GT3 side by side with McLeod. This could get messy.
So Tom Wood's got the inside for the last part of Les Combes and is going to stay ahead, at least for now. Callum McLeod, former Formula 4 champion.
Take this other McLaren. Remember, he did Tom Wood round the outside of Brussels, then the inside into 9. Could it be a similar story this lap?
Let's see. Hard on the brakes. Oh, no. Another one for the French Championship is in the gravel. And that, I'm afraid to say, is Romeo Lure, number 8, who has gone off the road in the car that he's taken over from Josh Henry. And that's Blanchimont,
yeah. Yellow again, called late. And interesting place to go off there. He's either had a failure or assistance there, and you can see the car's now on the limiter down to 80 Ks. Let's hope we can get this car on the way and just go straight back to green flag late racing. We've got just over 25% of this race remaining.
Yeah, because that has been, I'm afraid, yet another frustration. It's attacking the quick drivers here that want the time to make progress, and the race officials will be looking at this.
This will be a long full course yellow.
And there's your answer. It's going to be a long full course yellow, and then probably a safety car lap to get people underway. What you won't need to do, though, is a class split. We haven't had enough racing for the GT3, GT4 fields to mix.
Yeah. How often could you say that the Brits abroad are being the well-behaved ones?
It's not often, is it? So, I'm afraid to say, our third neutralisation of the race, and the Toyota then in the gravel bed. Romeo Lure's putting it there. And there's the recovery vehicle to get that out of the way. That was the car that was third on the grid in the French Championship. And as if you remember early on, running in that battle with And Ben Barnicoat now going to have another go at Martin Plowman. Here they come, heading up the hill. So the incident between Gunn and Brown is going to be looked at after the race. The story hasn't ended on track, that's for sure. This is Ben Barnicoat getting a tow. Martin Plowman's going to try to defend. Ben Barnicoat goes to the outside at the last possible moment, breaks as late as he dares. There you've got Brown and also Charles Clark. Charles Clark skips off the road and the McLarens are still at it. Ben Barnicoat to the inside, gets the job done coming out of Le Combe.
Great job. He's had to do a double switch back there to get the move done. I don't think Clark should be able to keep that position. Brown has lost another place now to Ben Green, and now we're seeing the 13 car get lent on by Plowman, trying to not lose another place. That's given Tom Wood a chance to get down the inside of the Ferrari.
There's an incident in the pit lane being looked at as well between the Ben Green number 18 Mercedes and the Charles Clark 44 bright blue BM down through Port. Meanwhile, Callum McLeod sitting on the back there of Tom Wood. That's for 11th and 12th in GT3. Has Jack Brown got a problem? He runs wide, admittedly, and they all come streaming past him. He has got a problem.
We didn't see how Barnicoat got past, didn't we? So was there contact between the two Optimum cars? Looking level at the moment, can't see an obvious problem for that car. Will they continue? I would say not.
It's just lost pace completely coming off Paul, hasn't it? So whether it's got a gear issue or a transmission issue, it's still going, but at hobbled pace. 20 minutes on the clock, and as the race leaders then make the run again towards the end of the lap, Jared Weberski clear in the lead. Slightly
low on the front left would be my guess. It just looks like the splitter is lower on the, as we look at it, the right side, but driver's left.
Meanwhile, there's Weberski, and then you've got Clutton, Cook and Gunn all in a line. Gunn with his sights on a third place now at the expense of Hugo Cook. Jared Weberski comes over the line. Clutton's blue McLaren is next. Ben Barnicoat, look, he's getting closer to Ben Green. So Barnicoat into the top 6. He's just done the absolute best final sector, and he's 0.6 of a second back. And Jack Brown heading for the pit lane.
Yeah, see what the Optimum guys do. Are they going to jump in on it and see where they go? It's going to be interesting to see where the damage comes through. They're going into a route. Just as Ben Barnicoat.
Car 1-3 is being shown a black and white flag. Please respect track limits. Car 1-3.
So it goes through a rouge. You can see it bottoms out. A lot of cars struggle through a rouge. The compression is so severe. The power steering locks out. I wonder if that's just on its top. It's a electric power steering, so if it gets too hot, then it can cut out earlier. But I would say it's not that, because the car's got going. I didn't see if they changed the tyre, but the car was all by itself. But it looked like the Eau Rouge corner was the manifestation of the problem.
Well, that's going to drop Jack Brown, Mark Warren to the back of the
team manager
GT3 class.
Team manager car 15 to the stewards immediately, please.
And 15 is Aaron Walker and Ian Loggie's Mercedes. So is that for track limit offences? Is it something else? There's the tyre that's presumably come off the Jack Brown car. So maybe he felt he got a puncture. Looked unpunctured, but certainly he felt that he had an issue and decided to take it easy in pit. Anyway, sadly, that car drops way down the order. Jared Weberski
dominated by the French cars and Q2 by the British, so this is their final chance for honours.
And a change here. Colin Turkington and Ronan Pearson, two ex-touring car racers, side by side, leaning on each other. Colin Turkington goes through. This is for position as well. Ronan Pearson forced out wide, comes back at Colin Turkington as they come across the line. Turkington defends from Luc Ibanez. British GT car defending from French. Ibanez now makes another move up the inside, bit of trim hanging off the BMW. Colin Turkington went well at Alton Park. There was an incident he was involved in with the Tom Bradshaw Porsche, but then the BMW was excluded from the second race. It didn't have enough fuel left at the end for the fuel sample. So Colin Turkington here getting stuck in again. Ronan Pearson, he used to race against in the British Touring Car Championship, the W racing against them for position. More Alpine scatter, and the Pearson-Turkington battle is under investigation for overtaking off the road. However, right now, Colin's got bigger problems with Luc Ibanez going right around the outside, coming up to Le Combe. We've got Supras going side by side as well. Who, what and how come out the other side, we'll find out in a few moments. There is the British battle. Darren Turner just ahead of Mikey Porter, who has regrouped after his problem, and he's right there on the back of the Aston.
Yeah, Jack Mitchell won't let him go either. It seems like the Porsche Cayman is holding all three up. Turner should be able to get to the inside now, although it looks like the Cayman's defending from him. We're not doing much for are Anglo-French relationships here, and this is going to get tight. Mitchell's going to try and follow all through. Darren running slightly wide in the white Aston.
But even if he does go wide, Mikey Porter needs the inside line for here, the left-hander at Speaker's Corner, and a drama for one of the two Toyotas, and there's another one on the grass in avoidance there. They're going to get going, yeah, so the road is cleared. This is Darren Turner under attack. Right there behind him is Mikey Porter. This for the lead of the GT4 class in British GT. They are absolutely nose to tail. Look as they come.
His sister car, the Optimum car, the car he has done so well in the past in British GT4, and at the moment Turner just seems to have that breathing space, more efficient through the traffic than this McLaren. This is going to give Mitchell a chance to send it to the inside. Could be 3 wide into turn 1 here.
Down they come then, heading into the tight right, which is La Source, and it's Jack Mitchell that's dealt the bad hand in the traffic this time around. So first and second go through. Here is Jack Brown in the big yellow McLaren getting squeezed towards the wall, and there was contact either with car or wall because something flew from the car, and that Alpine, rather, I'm afraid, unaware of what was catching and how quickly.
Yeah, Jack Mitchell saw that, backed out of it, now gets past the Alpine. It's going to be 3 wide. Is Jack Brown going to keep his foot buried? Jack Mitchell, I think, has seen him. He has. He's going to give him the space. The GT4 cars, the top 3, have just spaced out ever so slightly.
In fairness, the British GT4 teams are used to, and the drivers are used to, GT3 cars lapping. It's completely new for the French Championship guys, who are GT4, and in the case of the Alpine Cup and the Ginetta Cup, GT4 minus. So they go either side of the two Caymans, or Cayman, heading up towards La Source. Cook tries to get away. Barnicoat needs the undercut, but there's contact against the Aston Martin as they go for the same piece of real estate. And Ross Gunn fourth, fends off Ben Barnicoat. 3 minutes to go. There's this lap and one more.
Yeah, proper racing from both these drivers, both with hypercar experience. The Valkyrie for Ross Gunn. Ben has been driving the Toyota hypercar as well, so these GT3 cars, for them, will ironically feel a bit slower, so that's why they're so confident to lean on each other. We're going to get one more lap after this one, so the drivers will know this. The chances are getting less and less to get the move done.
Ben Barnicoat trying to stay with the Aston Martin vantage as they get up towards Le Camp, and yet more drama. We've lost another of the Ginettas, I'm afraid to say. 013 is the Victor Guerin-driven car. He's clobbered the barrier, as you can see.
It's on the inside of Stavolo 2 by the looks of it. Stavolo 1, isn't it? So
yeah.
For me, that's safe. Let's keep it green.
So that can be probably handled just under a yellow flag, and even if he hooks reverse, he can get it into that little access lane. And there is the winning car. Jared Waberski, fastest lap of the race, and for my money, a really good stint because he had to deal with some really pro drivers behind him. Not saying Jared's not a pro, but some big names, and also all of those restarts, and he controlled it perfectly. Yeah,
and he is silver graded, so they've won Silver Am and the overall. So yeah, he drove phenomenally well, didn't put a foot wrong, and great pace. And it was a lights to flag lead, wasn't it? It didn't feel that simple watching it for the 78, but great start from Alex Martin, good pit stop from Barwell as always, and then a flawless stint from Jared Robertski.
And on the run up towards the line, Darren Turner has fallen back behind Mikey Porter, Jack Mitchell, Jack Collins, Will Orton, so fifth in the class.
That must be a penalty that's been applied because on track he was in front for sure.
Now, did they not serve that 10-second penalty in the pits? We will try and unravel that. I can't see any extra penalty that was given to 27. So the provisional result is a win for Alex Martin and Jared Waberski from Simon Orange and Marcus Clatton, with Morgan Tilbrook and Ben Varnicoat in third. Rob Collard and Hugo Cook fourth, ahead of Andrew Howard and Ross Gunn. Kevin Say and Ben Green sixth, and Jonathan Beeson and Charles Clark. And then Stephen Lake and Tom Wood coming home in 8th place. 9th went the way of Callum McLeod and Mike Price from the pit lane, and Martin Plowman and Mark Smith in 10th place. Now, even that result on screen is different from what we have on our timing pages, because there was a penalty to apply to the Ferrari post-race, so number 13 has dropped back in the queue, so that's, and Darren Turner being shown as 14th across the line, and that car got a penalty as well, so the graphic, I'm afraid, is not reflecting the final classification. So Jared Waberski and Alex Martin are victorious, and the winning margin of 2.1 seconds doesn't really reflect the full drama of that. But Jared thinking, where's my team? Where's my team? They're on the way, Jared, I promise you. But another good advert for the SRO GT. Different regulations and different timing services and all of that. Well, Jared Waberski is a race winner, and Bryn Lucas is with him.
Yeah, I am indeed. He's just celebrating within the team. I'm sure you can understand why. Jared, let's quickly grab you. We always get drivers and they dive away. Let's just grab Jared. Jared, let me just grab you unceremoniously here. A great performance from you, Jared. This means a lot. I know how hard it was for you out there. It was really, really tricky conditions, especially in the heat as well.
Yeah, it was a really tricky stint, but to be honest, the car was mega. From the start, managing the safety cars, just drove away. Honestly, the car was so good, managing the tyres the whole way. So I lost my voice screaming already, but it was all thanks to the team, thanks to Alex. And what a place to do it on Father's Day as well, to my dad. This is his present. And to all the sponsors that came here and watched. It's mega to have them here and to get the first British GT win with them.
Go and celebrate. Well done.
Thank you.
The GT4 saga continues because whatever dropped Darren Turner down the order has disappeared. So Darren Turner was the winner with Dan Levery, 2 in a row in GT4. If there had been a penalty in the system or the transponder had a glitch, well, that's all been rectified, and so Darren Turner and Dan Levery do take the win. So, Leo Josset and Rudy Serval are your winners of the French GT4 Championship from Jean Lenert and Cindy Goudet. Luc Ibanez and Alex Papadopoulos third from Thomas Drouet and Jerome Andre. Harry Reynolds and Reece Lloyd fifth, and then Jeremy Coursin doing the obligatory change. The cars being refueled as well. And a great battle on the other side of all the safety car dramas. Ben Barnicoat from 11th, getting himself up to 3rd in a mega drive at the end. The last interruption was when that Toyota, the car of Josh Henry, not with him at the wheel of it, but his co-driver putting it into the gravel. That meant that Romeo Lurs was out of the race and everyone bunched up once again. Darren Turner put himself into the lead of GT4. Jack Mitchell also jumped ahead of Mikey Porter, who went round the outside coming out of pit path and retook the place. Ben Barnicoat got past Ross Gunn and was right on the tail of Hugo Cook as they came out of the chicane. And while all that was going on, it was still Jared Waberski holding sway up front. Marcus Clapton good for second as Barnicoat made the move to get 3rd place. 2 wheels on the grass going uphill. But Alex Martin and Jared Waberski, race winners in British GT here at Spa. A great drive to round out a drama-filled race, and the teams will